Hi there, this is Chris Van Patten here from Patten Media, and I'm here today to show you QuickAssets. QuickAssets is a little PHP utility that's going to help you set URLs up so they can bust through caches very easily. That's something that we built out of utility. I sort of drafted up a design document after we set up our new managed hosting server, and it had a new cache layer that we found. We needed something a little more robust to make sure that it was breaking through caches every time that we push new versions of sites up. It works, with static assets, so CSS, JavaScript, images, web fonts, you name it. If it's a static asset, QuickAssets will help set that up. This is something, again, I sort of designed, and Peter Upfold, who is really the brains behind Patten Media, did the heavy lifting and put together. And it's all here on GitHub, as you can see. So github.com/VanPattenMedia/QuickAssets. You can find the code there and check it out. So we're going to do a quick demo. We're just going to go through the basics, and then in a later video we'll delve even further into everything that QuickAssets can do. So I'm here in Terminal in Vim, but of course you can use whatever application you want. So don't let the terminal interface scare you. Sublime Text or whatever application you use is perfectly good. So we've got a PHP file here. This is my index.php file. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is include QuickAssets. You should have it downloaded and in your web project somewhere. So I'm going to include once. I'm going to include the path to QuickAssets. And then I'm going to instantiate a new instance of QuickAssets. There we go. QuickAssets is set up. Now you have to set up some hosts and some asset types. Very easy to do. So we're going to set up a new asset type first. We're going to set up an image type. So we're going to add asset type, very easy. We're going to call this the img type, nice and short. And then we're going to add the asset path parameter. Now the asset path, this is something that you're going to want to understand. The asset path is going to be the path that shows up in the URL. So that's going to be distinct from the actual path to the image, or it might be depending on how you're configuring this. In my case, I'm just going to use the full path. So you can see over here, I've got my index.php file, and I've got an assets folder, and then my images live inside that, an img/image.jpg in this instance. So over here, I'm going to do assets/img. And there we go. I've got a new asset type set up. And then next, you need to add a new host. So I'm going to do, again, we're going to go add host. And in this case, I'm going to use a protocol relative URL. So I'm going to do two slashes there. And then dev.testsite.com, which is where I'm building this example out, /QA test. And then I'm going to put in the asset types that apply to this host. So asset types, in this case I only have one asset type, so I'm just going to say image. And there we go. I'm all set. So now I can start with my HTML. So I'm going to do an image tag, and then I'm going to, instead of putting the full path to the source, I'm going to do PHP. I'm going to echo, again that A comes up again, and then a URL. We're going to tell it what type we're looking for, what asset type, and we're going to say image, and then the file name of that image, so image.jpg. Alright, let's save that and see how it looks. So we're going to go back here, and we're just going to look at the source code. We're not going to take a look at the actual result. You can see there it is. So you can see that the host, this dev.testsite.com/QA test, that shows up. Then we've got assets /image, which was our path, our asset path, and then image.jpg. And you can see in there that there's another bit. That is a date that's been assigned. So that's something that we're going to come to in a later video, but that's actually the bit of the string that busts the cache. So this in this instance, by default, we're going to set that to be the latest date that file was modified. So 2012, 12, December 6th, blah blah blah, etc., etc. So if I were to go back into terminal and I use the touch command, image, so I've just touched that file, and you can see that it updated that instantly. So that's sort of the basics. You can get more involved. It also depends on your imagination and your specific needs. We're going to cover some more of what's possible with QuickAssets in future videos, so stay tuned. It can customize how the URLs are formatted. So right now we've got our string here. Our date string is sort of embedded right in the middle of the file. We could set that as a query string. We could have a virtual folder set up. Really, your only limit is your imagination. So thanks so much for checking out this first video, and do stay tuned because we will have more examples coming up. Thanks so much.